Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing an advanced Dungeons & Dragons advice video on Stoneskin. But before I get into that, if you enjoy my content, it would really help me out if you could hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, share my content on all of your social media platforms, and post a comment or two. Remember, I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. If you enjoy a good book, check out my author page on Amazon.com. My pen name is H.L. Anderson. You can find all of my books there, including a 4-book series, science fiction western series called Drifters. At its heart, it's a shoot 'em up, fist fighting western adventure stories, but it's got time travel, mythological monsters, magic, alternate universes, metaphysical stuff. Everything is in there. There's even one of them is even about vampires. So yeah, if you get a chance, check out my page. There's a lot of different books on there. Hopefully find something you like, and I hope you read it. All right, and I do hope you enjoy it. All right, on with Stoneskin. Stoneskin is one of my favorite defensive spells for a variety of reasons. While it does have some weaknesses, it can significantly lengthen the life of any mage, any magic user in the game. Stoneskin can be found on page 57 of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons Unearthed Arcana. This is a necessity, in my opinion, for any wizard with access to 4th level spells. I suggest you read through the spell thoroughly so that you completely understand it. I'm going to discuss it here at length, but definitely read through it yourself. First off, Stoneskin is a precast spell by definition, meaning the wizard casts the spell as a precaution for being attacked physically. I did a video on precast spells. Go check that out. This one is meant to be precast. So there you go. The spell literally lasts until the wizard is attacked physically. In other words, the spellcaster memorizes the spells in the morning, and then he casts this spell upon himself. Say he casts it on himself on a Monday. From that point on through Saturday afternoon, he is not attacked by anything. Nothing threatens him. On Saturday night, however, he's at the tavern having a drink, and some assassin decides to try and collect on the reward that one of this wizard's rivals has placed upon him. The assassin backstabs the wizard, making use of his ×3 multiplier, and does 18 points of damage. By the rules, he also gets to roll on the assassination table, and he gets a success. The wizard, by all rights, should be dead. But because he has Stoneskin, that particular attack is nullified. Now, keep in mind, as per the book, the first physical attack like this dispels the Dweomer. So, if the assassin continues to attack, he can in essence kill the wizard. But that gives the wizard the opportunity to teleport away or to take some other action to save him. That assassin's initial attack is nullified. You see what I'm saying? It's very, very useful. Stoneskin works for any physical attack, from blade to hammer to spike. However, magical attack forms such as fireball, lightning bolt, and magic missile bypass this protection. A lot of people don't realize that. Magical attacks still work. Soft physical attacks like punches cause 1 to 2 points of damage to the attacker, but it does not to the attacker, not to the target. So the guy goes to punch somebody with Stoneskin and he hurts his hand. And it does not dispel the Stoneskin. That's pretty nifty. That's pretty cool. Now, I would be remiss if I did not mention that if you are facing a wizard, the primary attack methods I use is one or more of the following. It's usually a good idea to start with an arrow from surprise. Now, obviously, if you have a thief or an assassin, you want to get that backstab in, because if he doesn't have the Stoneskin, then, you can kill him outright. Get the massive damage bonuses. However, if you feel he probably does have one, start with an arrow, because it's a cheap attack from distance, and if you hit him, the Stoneskin spell will absorb that, and then he's open for whatever else you do. After that, once the spell's eliminated, you can beat his ass like a drum with as many fighters as you have. Thieves and clerics can pile on too. Or, number 2, I open with a spell attack, like Magic Missile, Burning Hands, Fireball, Lightning Bolt, Whole Person, Ice Storm, Cloud Kill, Cone of Cold, Bigby's hand spells, etc. All of these bypass Stoneskin spells and actually cause damage. Now, there are other defenses a wizard may have to negate them, so that's something you have to be aware of. If you can hit a wizard with a water-breathing spell, that helps dramatically, because it eliminates any or all of his verbal components. They're gone. If he can't speak, which, by the way, if he can't breathe, he can't speak. Yeah, that's a foregone conclusion. So yeah, water breathing, and plus he's suffocating. So yeah, unless he can find some water to jump into. One common argument with players versus dungeon masters is breath weapons. Does a dragon's breath, for example, bypass a Stoneskin spell? This is completely up to the dungeon master in his game, okay? Every dungeon master has their own opinions about this. I'm going to tell you what my opinion is. In my opinion, it depends on the creature's breath weapon. Energy-type breath weapons like fire, lightning, etc. bypass the spell, as do gases and the like. A black dragon, for example, spits acid, and that is a physical attack, which will be blocked by the spell for the initial attack round. Note that the acid pools underneath the target, and on subsequent rounds, the victim will take the damage as normal. So it only works the one round. That's it. And then the wizard is standing in a pool of acid. Yeah, that's not going to go well for him. And by the way, anybody who thinks they can cast spells while standing in black dragon acid they're not thinking. They don't understand what acid does. You have to be able to concentrate to cast spells. So essentially the wizard is trying to get out of the acid for that next round. That's all he's got. In essence, Stoneskin will give 1 round of protection versus the acid, but the victim needs to move or find some other way to protect himself versus the acid, or take the damage from standing in the pool of acid. It's that simple. I feel that any physical substance like acid or spittle would be blocked by the Stoneskin, but magic or energy or gases would bypass the spell. But again, all of this is up to the dungeon master. Every DM runs his game differently. It's his world, after all. But Stoneskin is a brilliant defensive spell, and in my opinion, any wizard capable of casting it who doesn't do it deserves what they get. Yeah, that's my opinion. So, just my 2 cents. And by the way, I'm not telling people how to run their games. If you want to run it a different way, knock yourself out. If you want to ignore all of my advice, knock yourself out. Remember, the main rule is consistency. As long as your players are having fun, you're doing it right. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all.